So I'm going to put some subtitles on this short recording. I've called it Level 350. It's a game of Candy Crush. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on Subtitles here. I've already uploaded it to YouTube as a draft file. So click on Subtitles. And then we come into the subfolder Video Subtitles, and over here you say yes, I want to add subtitles to my video. And the first screen we have here gives us an option. I could upload a file ready made. I don't have one of those. I could transcribe from audio, but actually here create new subtitles or closed captions. That's what I want to do, so I click on that option. In the meantime, it's uploaded the video. It's only a short one, about 2.5 minutes. Okay, so as it's completing its upload, on this screen, just for information, this button here, Actions, literally if you were going to upload text here, an SRT file, that's where you do it, or download, but for now we don't need that button. I'm just making you aware of it. What we're going to do is put subtitles, enter them in this text box here, and then when I made the entry I click the plus and that feeds it into this area, and this is where all the subtitles are collected, which are then linked to this video. And over here this plays the video, and then underneath, although it's a little bit faint, it's a time bar essentially from 0 upwards, and it's split down into seconds. And here is a little cursor you can move to scroll through the video, and also when we get to put in some subtitles you'll see the value of this red marker as well. So for now I'm just going to put in the first subtitle, so just bear with me. And this isn't a typing test, so just bear with me with this one. Okay, so if you can see that on the screen and up here, it actually says Level 350 has 49 moves to collect 73 pieces of frosting. Okay. So in order for this to become part of the subtitles, I need to click the plus, which moves it into this area. Okay. And it's actually given it like a timestamp here to say it will start at complete 0. And currently it will finish 3 seconds and probably 6 milliseconds later. I don't worry about the 6, but 3 seconds into the recording. So that's essentially what it's given it for now, and that's really the space it's taken up from my typing, and it, because I haven't moved anywhere, is going to start at absolute 0 for now. So what I can do first is move this red bar back here. And as you'll see, I'm at the very beginning of the recording, and it's saying essentially that this level has X number of moves, etc. So let me just see where I actually want to put this. I might not want it right at the very beginning. So I'm going to press play and say, actually, I would like my information to start here, where the board actually becomes visible. So I've got two choices. I can either squint and look at the screen and work out how many seconds and milliseconds it is and adjust the numbers up here, or what I can do is I can just grab this with my little hand here and slide this along until I find where I want it to be. So let me see, I find the video with this, and then I can move this accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to put that about there. So let's see what happens now if I just move this back, press play. Right, that's a bit more where I want it. And my other query when I move this back in my mind is, obviously I know what I've typed, but I need to give whoever reads this time to read it. They don't just want a quick flash of a subtitle and it's gone before they've had a chance to read it. So again, I'm just going to play it back again. It's a bit trial and error, just get a sense of it. That's not bad, but then again, for some people, they might be doing other things, or English is not a first language, etc. So I might just want to stretch this out a little bit further. So I can grab one of these time bars here and stretch it out, say to about there, which gives it a little bit more time for someone to read this. Press play. Okay, I think that's reasonable length of time. And it's also, as I changed it here to finish on about 6 seconds, it's also corrected it up here as well. So that's like the first piece of subtitle. Okay, nothing too technical there. So now I'd like to put in a second subtitle. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to put next. Okay, so again, I just click the plus, which moves the subtitle in here. Okay, and to see that, again, I move this back, press play. Thick rows of frosting on the lower section of the board, which this might not be your cup of tea, but this is what I'm referring to, the thick rows of frosting down here. But I've done this just as a working example at the moment, in that these literally follow one immediately after one another. Now, had it been that the first, say the first subtitle had got more information than you could reasonably fit into this area, you might want to add some more information which would follow immediately afterwards without any break, and that's how you would do that, just put another subtitle immediately afterwards. But for these, if someone's reading this, they need a little bit of space between them. So again, either up here you can adjust the numbering manually, or you can just grab your subtitle and move it somewhere else where you think that would be a good fit. So just bear with me a second. So let me see, if I give it another, say if I move it to about 11, okay. Now it's now corrected it to 11 up here. So I'll give it a few seconds. So we've had the first piece of information. Give the viewer a little bit of space, and then thick rows of frosting on the lower section of the board. Okay, that hopefully will mean something to someone who plays this game. And then I want to put in another piece of information which will be relevant to what's happening here. Okay, so there will be a specific time reference for this. So I'm just going to put in here first of all the information. Okay, you can see candy bomb dispensers with a countdown of 12. That's where these candy bombs will come down eventually. Plus, okay. And for those, I actually want those to appear at a time in the recording when those candy bombs actually start to dispense. So I'm now going to play the video a little bit and find out just when does that happen. Don't worry, it's not a very long recording, so it won't be too long. Right, okay. So the first one's come down around here, okay. So I'm going to do that just a little bit before, which makes it about, where are we here? About 30 seconds, okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to manually change that number to 30. Okay. And it's saying, well, you can't do that because the other one is 17 and we can't have a number starting after the other one. So first of all, I'm going to change this to 40, which will then allow this to go to 30. Okay, like that. Right, now then, let's see if that's actually moved to that part. And it looks like it has. As near as damn it, it's on about 31. So I've put 30.9, so that's exactly where it should be. So let's see what happens now. Yep. It's about right. I might take a few seconds off there. I think I'll just change that to about 37 because it's not that much information and it needs 10 seconds. So that looks good. That's about 37, so that's right. It doesn't have to be that precise. Okay. And then maybe just a general comment I want to put in here. So I'm just going to put plenty of room. Oops. Okay, so that's just a general bit of information. And again, that doesn't need to latch straight onto the other one. So I'm literally going to drag that a little bit further forward into the recording. Okay, and just drop that there for now. Right, so we've now got all the subtitles that I plan to do. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and just see what we've got. Okay, so just press play. Seems to work okay. Thick rows of frosting. Then remember I moved the next one further forward for these little candy bombs, so there was a specific time that they needed to be on the video. That's it. Candy bomb dispensers with the countdown of 12. It's now an 11. Then we've got one coming up, which is a general comment. Plenty of room to make specials on the top area to blast through the board, so it doesn't matter too much when that is. And then you see that we've now done all the subtitles that I plan to do. So there we are. If you're doing this for yourself, obviously carry on to the end. If you're happy you've done all that you want to do, then just click pause. Don't have to watch it all the way through unless you want to. And importantly, like most things, you need to save the changes. You have got a chance here if you want to make any edits, but I'm happy with that. It's saying, okay, the subtitles are published, they're done. It's also reminding me that I've currently got this video in private mode, so it's not in the public domain at the moment, which is fine. I hadn't planned for it to be. But if you have published, it's fine. You can always edit your video and add subtitles if you want to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to return to the studio where I've got this video in draft. And the one I'm working on is in private mode and it's level 350, so this is the one. So I'm just going to click on that. It will actually appear on YouTube. So this is a double check before you actually put it into the public domain, just to see what you've really got. So as you see at the moment, here come the subtitles. Looks fairly straightforward. Okay, now I'm just going to pause that for a moment and just make you aware that sometimes it can be, you might not have experienced that, where you might be playing something and you think, oh, I can't see my subtitles, it's not working. Well, it probably is, but the important thing to be aware of is here, you need to make sure you've got this toggled under the CC or closed captions with the red line on, okay? So that makes them active. So if I press play, and I come back to here again, come back, start again, Okay, it's playing. We've got subtitles. Right. Now if I just show you again, I'll put it on pause. If I click here and toggle off so the red line has gone, and I press play again, no subtitles. Okay, so if you ever have that, that's probably why you can't see your subtitles. So just remember, if you want them, to toggle that on. The other one while I'm here is if you find that your video is looking blurry for whatever, click the little cogwheel settings, go to quality, okay, and just make sure I selected 1080p. Normally you want 720 or 1080. Sometimes when it uploads it's down here somewhere and the picture's really blurry, so just make sure you've got a higher quality selected, and then you should have a nice clear crisp picture as well. So I'm just going to press this again just to be sure that we got some subtitles running. Cool, that's alright. So there we are. So that's how to do the subtitles. So I come back to my video. I'm happy with what I've got on there. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is finish off my text in here, and then I will make the video public. So that's how you do subtitles, and I hope that's helped you, and thank you very much for watching.